Hi,
Hi.
I'm
Oh, well, sorry. You do.
Ew.
You go first.
Hi, I'm Arianna.
And I'm Marcus.
And this is
Rated
Rated
R
R
for
for Relatives.
relatives.
I
The
was gonna
fuck
say
is
you
on
have
my
one of my
face? Yes,
you
Jesus.
had one of my hairs.
Great. Right when I was saying that too, it freaking can zoom in on that.
Actually, no, the camera quality is not that good. Well, it's been a week for you.
Yeah, it's been a week for. Oh, it's been. Oh, you mean? Sorry, you said that weird.
What?
You mean like it's been a week for you, like, and not just like, oh, it's been a week for you. Like, I know that sounds stupid the way I'm saying, but I heard it like it's
Like in a
been like
negative way?
in a time sense, like. So
Oh.
it's been, yeah, I'm like, yeah, it's been a week for both of us. So I was
Oh,
like,
you heard idiot.
really, I'm running really slow today. It has been a week for me.
I would assume you're very dehydrated.
I actually am, and I'm so hungry.
I'm so
I think I
sorry.
lost like 5 pounds on this trip, actually, which you would think wouldn't have happened. We made dinner almost every night, and I lost weight. I don't know how. I think I was just eating less during the day, which is
Mhm.
like annoying. But
Well,
yeah,
let's get into it with Relate to This Rant.
yeah.
Talk about your
Guess
time.
it's my turn. Yeah, went on another work trip. It was great, honestly. It was filled with a lot of laughs, a lot of resolution, conflict resolution,
Oh my god,
uh,
Marcus.
a lot of fun times, a lot of irresponsibility. When I'm on a trip, actually, let's say that I do feel like for some reason I can't really tell you why I couldn't give you a thing, but like I feel like it's my duty to make sure everyone is like doing good in what they're supposed to be doing.
Mhm.
Like, you know what I mean? Not to say that I'm like harshing him with don't be doing this or like, whatever. I'm just like, okay, like I'm like for instance, one of my best friend, because I work with him, he was we were obviously had a few drinks, whatever, and it was already like 2 in the morning, and we had to leave by like 11 o'clock. And already know he has a hard time getting up. Like
Mhm.
I know this guy. Like we've been friends for a while.
Yeah.
Anyhow, he goes, "No, bro, I'm gonna make some nachos and then I'll go to sleep." And I'm like, "Dude, you're please don't make nachos. That's not gonna go well. You know that's like, why would you do that this hour? And especially right before you don't do." And he's like, "Bro, we operate on different times." And we were sitting there genuinely arguing like a freaking married couple
Uh-huh.
for like 5 to 10 minutes because
Uh-huh.
I'm like trying to tell him like, "Dude, go to bed." Like
Yeah.
he's not listening to me.
Uh-huh.
And in any case, fast forward to the next morning, he's like having a hard time waking up. He's like, "Oh, my stomach hurts," and I'm like, "Bro, it took a lot out of me to not say I told you so."
Mhm.
And I didn't have that much, so I said I told you so.
Right.
Anyways, yeah, we were drinking pretty heavily again, and he goes, because I told him, like, dude, you should probably like slow down like a little bit. I'm
Mhm.
like, you're not gonna want to get up in the morning. Like, we have stuff to do. Like, we're
Mhm.
still at work. Like, we still
Right.
have stuff to do in the morning. And he's like, no, bro, I'll be fine. I'm fine. I do this. Like,
Mhm.
I'll be fine. Like, whatever.
Right.
Fast forward
And
again.
then
Because he especially, and here's why I said this next part, because he was telling me in between the times of I'll be fine. He's like, bro, I'm gonna wake up and work out in the morning, and you'll see, I'll be fine, dude.
uh-huh.
I get up.
Uh-huh.
He is not up. And here's the thing, I don't even consider myself to be getting up early. I think I got up at like 8:30, maybe
Mhm.
not, maybe 9. I think I got up at 9.
I feel like if you get up before like 10 a.m., I think you're doing good in life.
Right, right. Like that, at
Yeah.
least I feel like that
Yeah.
personally.
I
But
personally I take it a step further. I want to be part of the 5 a.m. club.
oh fuck no. Point is he he had said he was gonna work out, and then he comes out of the room because I'm already in the kitchen, and I guess one of the first things I said to him was, "So how about you working out?" That sent him, according to him, he's like, that sent me over a fucking cliff.
You
He's like,
successfully rage
yeah,
baited him.
that's what he told me. He's like, getting rage baited by you first thing in the morning. Nothing could have pissed me off more. Once you go on a trip with someone and and your friendship survives that, you're locked in.
I was gonna say
You're
I think
locked
that's very true.
in.
The vacation theory. I
It
know everything is a theory,
it really
but
is
I
though.
really do think yeah,
Everything.
no, it really everything is a freaking theory. It's stupid. But the vacation theory, I truly think that when you go on a trip with someone, like I think the best thing to do in the first year of a relationship, of a friendship, is to go on a trip. It doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be for long.
Or I guess even on the second year, like second year of friendship.
For
Like,
me, I feel like the first year, because I really need to know how compatible we are, like no matter what interpersonal relationship is. Same thing with family. Like there are certain family members that I love going on trips with, and there's certain family members that I will never do it again with.
right. To have again been on like just another trip, even if it be a work trip, like with my friend, like and of course, yeah, we like snipe a little bit and whatever, but we're always at the end of the day like, dude, you're the only person I can trust. Like,
Yeah.
we're at the end of every single day, we are sitting there like, oh my god, you wanna go get a drink, like,
Mhm.
because like we need to, and we're the people that we can't just go get a drink with and just
Mhm.
and bitch and complain even, and it's gonna be
Yeah.
like whatever because we don't because it's us, because
Right.
we know the other isn't gonna,
Judge.
yeah, judge or
Yeah.
talk down really, or right,
Invalidate.
invalidate or anything like that. Like we're gonna be like, yeah, man, that's ass.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do about it? Like
But
like
also at the same time, like what my best friend does for me, because I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I complain a lot. Okay, I get inconvenienced so much. Like I really do. But even though like I moan and groan about something, I
right,
still push through it. I'm gonna talk shit about it as I'm doing whatever I need to
right,
do that is inconveniencing me. But um, she grounds me a lot too. Like she very much is like, well, you gotta look at it this way, or well, you were kind of being rude, or oh, well, your tone did sound like this way. It can't
right.
come across that way. I know you didn't mean it, but to other people it can. But that's because I know you.
Right, and see, and I even had a bit of an experience of that on this trip because he was expressing to one of our coworkers
Mhm.
that I was annoying him on the trip. Not the friend that I've been talking about. To a little bit his credit, more to my coworker's credit.
Uh huh.
God bless her.
Uh huh.
But she had advised him. She asked him. She's like, "Have you talked to him?
Mhm.
Like, have you talked to him about it?" And he goes like, "No, I haven't." And like or whatever. She didn't really tell me why. I didn't really find a need to ask. But in any case, she goes like, "Yeah, you should probably talk to him about it. Like, just try talking to him about it." Because this
Mhm.
coworker has also had conversations with me. We have had a little bit of conversation even about the topic of this person
Mhm.
having a bit of an issue with me, apparently.
Yeah.
And and in any case, he ends up talking to me, and I guess, and because like what we he had just kind of came to the, or he had kind of told me that the things that I say do come off, I guess, a bit like not his, like basically just not his style. He finds me to be, I guess, mean a couple of times and whatnot, or
Mhm.
doesn't like how I have talked to
Mhm.
his significant other, apparently, which
Oh yeah.
I can
Okay.
understand,
Mhm.
but it was in a certain. In any case, I never said any disrespectful words. It was my
Right.
tone, apparently.
Right. Right.
But in any case, point being, is he talked to me about it, and then of course I had told him my side of and he kind of sat there, and yeah, it's not that he didn't disagree with me either, but
Mhm.
he really just he kind of, you can tell, I think it kind of did hit him a little bit of like, huh, maybe I have been looking at this weirdly. 'Cause I just told him, I'm like, it seems like you feel like I'm always out to get you, or that I'm purposefully trying to antagonize you.
Mhm.
I'm not. I'm just a sarcastic person,
Mhm.
and that's just how I am.
Right.
And he did kind of apologize and is like, yes, and he's like, and I have known you for a while, and I should know that's how you are. It's just sometimes it does get under my skin,
Mhm.
and it does just end up rubbing me the wrong way. And he goes, and that's not always your fault, obviously.
Mhm.
And he's like, because again, I know you're this way, but that is how it comes off. And I had just told him, like, you know what, I do apologize
Yeah.
for it coming off that way. But again, I don't ever mean to target you.
Right.
I'm never like I literally told him right hand to God, I have never had once a thought of like, you know what, I'm gonna keep doing this because it's annoying him. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Never once. And we did obviously hash it out, talked about it, whatnot, and we're more good now. Like,
Yeah.
we were finally just like, okay, like I obviously have to try to be a little bit more sensitive to his feelings,
Yes.
because admittedly, this has never been an occurrence to me. Really, people
Well,
have, and I get it. It's not that it's been an issue, but it's not that it hasn't been an issue, but
This is
people
the
have.
first time it's been addressed to
It's the
you.
first time it's been addressed to me, and
Mhm.
I guess I would like to think that it's because many of my other traits offset it, but
Right.
I guess this is just the one thing that this person really was harking on about my
Mhm.
character
Mhm.
versus everyone else is just kind of like, yeah, you just kind of like that, like
Right.
like because again, I not even most people have even called me mean. To be honest with
Mhm.
you, no one has really called me mean.
Mhm.
They've just kind of called me
You know
a
what
smart.
I
They've called me a smart
you
ass.
know
They
what
haven't
I've
called me
get?
mean.
You know what I get?
Hmm.
Well, you know how Ariana is. You know,
Yeah.
like, that is literally what I get all the time, like, they don't and that is the cushion to be like, "She can be a bitch," so and listen, I'm not justifying, like, I think we both can come across as very,
Right. And I
you
guess
know,
I'm
aggressive.
finding out and I'm finding that out now that it isn't everyone's forte. Some people are just
Mhm.
really, I don't want to say sensitive, not meaning to say like, belittling a
Yeah.
feeling or anything, but they're just more attuned to feelings and emotions like that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
They tend to take it a lot more personal than we do. And
right.
in a way, I can relate to that because sometimes I do take other people's behavior very personal, even though
True.
it has nothing to do with me. I'm human, right? I'm not perfect. I am trying every day to be a softer person, be a more gentler person. But my best friend gave me some perspective. They literally told me I used to be the same way, but then I had a baby and that changed. Like things, like little things that make you upset or bother you, they don't matter to me as much. And it was funny. She's like, not saying go have a baby to fix your problems, but sometimes like that happens. Also, she's 2 years older than me, right? She's like 25, and I feel like she's a little bit. She has a couple years ahead of me in the maturity department,
Right,
right?
of
Her
course.
brain is a little bit more formed than mine, so I'm not saying it's gonna happen for me overnight, but I know that like me and you, like we at least we are aware of how we are.
Right.
We just need to start. Like the first step is being self-aware, right?
Right.
The second step is working to improve it
Right.
because
'Cause
you need a code switch between people, right?
probably 3 years, I've gotten just like more just sarcastic because that's just how I deal with life now.
Right.
Like, I'm just always like making a joke that even if it be half-hearted or kind of like,
At the wrong time,
yeah, whatever,
maybe.
yeah, right, but that's just how I am now, and
Right.
like, and I guess I do have to start, yeah, like you said, making adjustments for certain
People.
areas and certain people.
Yeah.
Yes. In conclusion, my work week was great, and there was a lot of great times that happened. There was a lot of great resolution too. I mean, aside from even that stuff, I've just found out a couple of more positive things. I also took on a more responsible role in
Mhm.
this work trip, as well as just
Mhm.
kind of putting things together and getting actual like official things organized because
Mhm.
our supervisor kind of needed my help in any case. But
Aw.
in any way, it was a good trip, and I've had a good week so far. So
That's great. I'm glad. I'm
yeah,
glad. Right. My turn.
yeah,
Sorry about the lighting, by the way. We know that it's going dark and then light, and we use natural light, obviously.
yeah,
Well, getting into my turn,
yeah.
some positive. I think the downstairs neighbor moved.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
And here's why we came to that conclusion, actually. So yesterday, me and Jose were leaving to go get food, and at the same time we were leaving, one of the people that work in the management office, whatever, was doing a tour. They were in the golf cart and like had people with them, and they were walking towards our apartment, is what it looked like to me.
Mm.
And Jose kind of like peels out a little too quickly, so I was like trying to like look and be
Yeah.
nosy, but it almost looked like they were going into our apartment. Like I was actually really scared. I was like, do they know that like people
People
live
live
here? Yeah.
here.
Yeah, but and then I was like, wait. I was telling Jose, I was like, he moved. I think he moved. No freaking way. And Jose was like, no, I don't think he did. And I was like, turn around. Turn around right now. We turned around the block and his vehicle was not there. And I have realized that his vehicle hasn't been there. I don't think I've seen it in like a week. And not only that, but he had no. Right,
I
we just
was
start
like,
stomping on the floor. Not only that, but he had stuff outside of his door
at one point.
at one point. Yeah, well, the entire duration that he lived here. But it was gone. I like realized that it was literally gone. And Jose this morning was like, oh, because Jose was so cute. He's like, well, why don't you just email and ask them so we can be sure? And I'm just like, I think that's a little weird. I don't want to.
Hey, did this asshole move?
Yeah. I mean, because I know they can't tell me why. We all know why
Right.
though. But a simple yes or no, or
Yeah.
maybe like a subliminal like I can't tell you that information, but
Winky face emoji.
yeah, yeah. And then this morning, Jose went to go get us breakfast, and he was like, I think he did move because his vehicle has not been here for a while.
And
I
he
feel like
works nights.
I don't even know what his. Well, remember I said that
Oh
he didn't
right, he
work,
didn't
so
work.
I
So.
don't know. And honestly, I really hope that he moved. It doesn't change things because for those who don't know, we do plan to move once our lease is up. Either way, I think we pay way too much rent for what's been going on, what we've dealt with, and also when we looked at other apartments, I feel like we're getting robbed for sure with
Yeah,
ours.
we all kind of told you that.
No, whatever. Okay, you live and you learn. It was our first.
We let you guys have your bliss in this new
Right.
apartment.
And if I'm being honest, like me and Jose kind of kick ourselves in the asses a little bit, but it's like
Yeah, it's a nice place though.
it is a nice place. But also not just that, we are young, we're learning, now we
Yeah.
know, we know what too much rent is for what is,
Right.
presented to you and what is average,
Yeah.
and I'm I'm feeling very grateful for that. I know that's awful to say. Like he's a human being. He was most likely going through a lot of stuff that we didn't know, and it is what it is. But at the same time, I'm just blessed to not feel like I'm in danger anymore. And that's honestly what I asked for in the very least about this situation. All right. Well, let's move on to our next topic.
Yeah.
For cinema.
For cinema.
All right. Your turn for this week for cinema.
Yeah, and this week's movie was
Bride Wars.
Bride Wars. Yeah,
Yeah.
which I actually really enjoyed this movie. Like honestly, which a lot more than I thought I was going to.
And I was worried giving you because there's a lot of like wedding themed movies in my list, but I do like a good wedding themed chick flick. Like I love that. I
And
really do.
I will say this one, contrary to 27 Dresses,
Yeah, this is the second wedding themed
the,
movie I've given you. Yeah.
this one did this in a way where I was entertained the whole time.
I'm
Like
very glad you were because I
it,
do love this movie.
it was great. And I mean, again, I love Anne Hathaway in anything. She is she can do no wrong
Right.
in my eyes.
For those who haven't watched Bride Wars, it essentially has Anne Hathaway and Kate Hudson. They are the main females and main characters in this movie, and their significant others are played by Steve Howie, who's Kate Hudson's significant other in this
Right.
movie, and Chris Pratt is Anne Hathaway's
Right.
significant other in this movie. And essentially, they are both finding themselves engaged at the same time, and they both want their dream wedding because
Right.
it's very prevalent in the beginning of the movie that ever since they were little kids, because these are two friends that have known each other since they were children, right? Like
Right.
young children. So they have always dreamt about this dream ideal wedding, right? They've
Right.
known exactly where they wanted to have it, what time of year they wanted to have it since they were like 8 years old, right?
Right.
So when they find themselves both engaged at the same time, they are equally excited at first, but then something happens. Both of their weddings get accidentally put on the same day, mistakenly,
At the same place.
at the same exact venue. And that's where the whole wars of it comes into the
where
movie.
the whole thing starts to unravel.
Because they start to, compete with each other of each other's weddings. That's essentially the entire plot of the movie of a friendship being tested very deeply because of a wedding.
Right.
Both of their weddings.
Right.
So it is a very entertaining film. I think one of the more entertaining chick flicks that I've ever watched because it really does keep your attention. Like
And honestly, yeah, it really does.
because every single like scene is like
Oh yeah,
the stakes are pretty high for
yeah,
sure.
and there's always just something happening. And like I said, while watching this, I really did just enjoy quite a bit of everything that was happening. Like the introduction of the characters, kind of just seeing even like obviously when they were kids, and then we get kind of introduced to their ideas of marriage, and we see very kind of like how you said how deeply they feel about this.
Because when Kate Hudson finds the ring. She's obviously not supposed to know, right? Because she
Right.
finds it accidentally. And so the Anne Hathaway's character, she actually ends up getting engaged naturally,
Right.
officially,
That same night.
before Kate Hudson, that exact same night that
Right.
Kate Hudson's character finds the ring.
Right.
And Kate Hudson is just antsy and waiting for Steve Howey's character to propose to her.
The contrast to that of Steve
Steve Howey's character.
Steve Howey's character of he's just very easygoing with his wife because he's like, this is how she is, and I love it. Like,
of course, it's very obvious which one embraces
right.
Their future wife more, because it's like you said, like Steve Howey's character was like, yeah, she is this way, but I truly love it. That's why I love her.
Right.
You know, versus Chris Pratt's character, it's like I loved her for the things that I saw in the beginning that are no longer there anymore.
Yeah, which she even tells him, obviously, spoilers.
Yeah.
At the very end of like, you fell in love with the girl I was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And he even crazily says, what's wrong with that?
There's
so much wrong with that. Like, well, actually, there's nothing wrong with that fact in of itself, but it's the fact that you stayed with that image.
Right. Like,
people grow.
I was going to say, people grow and evolve. 10 years
like,
also, too.
Yeah,
like, you are going to be a different person in 10 years. I'm going to be
also,
a person
first of all,
in
10 years.
Right. On 10 years and you still haven't proposed. It took you this long is crazy.
Even if the freaking engagement lasts a couple of years.
Right. And
I'd rather put the damn ring on your finger.
I'd rather be engaged for 10 years than be a girlfriend for 10 years.
Right.
Spoilers if obviously you haven't seen it, but Anne Hathaway and Chris Pratt's character don't end up making it to the aisle. Right. Due to the prevalent things that you kind of see slowly, progressively get.
At least in the last half of the movie.
In the last half of the movie, for sure, you kind of do see what's wrong with this relationship.
Right.
I feel like it showcases a lot about the importance of marriage to women and female friendships too, and what that means, and also having to identify if this is the right person you should marry or not.
Oh yeah, because again, I just went through this kind of like, it just didn't fit,
because that is Anne Hathaway's like personality too. Like, she is a little bit of a pushover. Like, she takes on too much because she wants to please other people. And I love that Kate Hudson is a complete opposite of that.
Right.
And I love that even though they've been friends for so long, that Kate Hudson's character helps her come to of like, you don't need to be this way, you know? And then in turn, Anne Hathaway's character also tells her, you can also relax too and let down your walls, and that's okay too. Doesn't make you any less strong of a person. Right? What was your overall ranking?
I would probably off the top of my head, obviously. I think this one might take a new number 4 spot, honestly.
Really?
This one was really good.
So you liked this one better than Because I Said So?
Yes. I would definitely. I'd give this movie a solid. I think I'd give it a solid 4. Yeah.
Oh,
I think
really?
I think I'd give this movie a good solid 4 stars. The only I think the only reason it loses, I guess, a bit of a star for me is, which I get, it's the whole movie, but and actually 4.5, because the reason I would have said it would have lost a full star because it just hits you right off the movie with the whole idea of these whole girls' lives. They just wanted to get married,
right?
And it's like, that's a little detrimental to the female ideal, but in
for
any
a
case,
lot of women,
well,
it is.
Well, right, and I get that, and then, but I will say that's where I gained half the star back, because at the end they don't both end up getting married. One of them does realize that it's not the end all be all. Like, to have to get to this one person, you should find the person that you want to be with.
And if that means starting over from square one, then that's okay too.
And she ends up marrying her best friend's brother.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Like,
she does. Spoilers. In the end, she ends up marrying her best friend's brother.
Yeah.
And I think it's so cute where it's like at the end they are pregnant at the same time.
Right. That's like the best little moment.
I really, really
and
wish.
due on the same date.
And due on the same date, exactly. And I really wish we got like a second movie.
I actually was going to ask you if there was one, but
no,
I guess
didn't dive too deeply into why we didn't get a second one. I mean, I think it just maybe like this is one of those cases where I hate that writers or they do this sometimes where it's like they set up a good ending for a second movie and then we don't get it,
Yeah,
right? Because I feel like this could have gotten away with
yeah.
another second movie. And
Baby wars.
exactly, I don't know like what you would call it.
Pregnant wars.
Pregnancy wars, maternity
Maternity
wars,
wars. Yeah.
right? I don't know, like I don't know, but I think it would be also very much more entertaining too because the stakes are higher. They're pregnant, their
Right.
hormones are crazy. I'm
Right.
sure, because Brian Greenberg does play Kate Hudson's brother in here.
Right.
So I think it would have been really cool seeing Anne Hathaway's character and Brian Greenberg's character's relationship in the
Right.
next movie. But
Well, yeah.
hey,
But
I mean, it's never
overall,
too late. They're doing a Devil Wears Prada 2 almost 20 years later. I think
true.
20 years later. So,
Yeah.
hey, whoever's listening, if you want, if this is something that you can see happening, I think you can get away with it. Kate Hudson
Right.
and Anne Hathaway both look equally very young. Steve Howie looks really young too. Brian Greenberg looks pretty young. Like I feel like you can actually get away with
Oh
this
yeah, 100%.
for sure. And even then, if it's not them being pregnant, I feel like you can do the same thing with like their kids' prom or their graduation parties or something. I think it would
Right.
be very get us in a writing room, damn
Damn.
it.
Yeah. Get us in the damn writing room.
Anyways, let's move on to my
Yeah.
turn. My turn. Big Time Adolescence was the movie you
Mm-hmm.
gave me. And
Mm-hmm.
I've seen this movie before.
Oh yeah, huh? I
Yeah,
actually was gonna. I couldn't remember if you had seen it before or not.
no, I did. I have seen this movie before. And when I'm watching this movie, first of all, Pete Davidson's actually a really great actor.
He is.
I
I think he needs to be in more things.
because
To be honest with
listen,
you,
like I watched King of Staten Island too as
which I
well.
also thoroughly enjoyed.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that movie too. And I don't want to go as far as to say Pete Davidson could be like the next Adam Sandler in that sense.
No, maybe
But
David Spade though.
well, I think
Mhm.
but you know how Adam Sandler like has his own production company and he makes movies with his best friends essentially
Right.
from SNL. Pete Davidson was on SNL and for a very long period of time. So I think he has the potential to be able to do those things if he
Yeah.
really wants to, especially now that he's quote unquote like healthier, his words, and in a better place mentally. I think
Yeah,
he could
he's
absolutely
lasered
be.
off a lot of his
Yeah,
tattoos.
I feel like he can absolutely is capable of doing these things. And when I watch him in these movies like Big Time Adolescence and King of Staten Island, I'm like, dude, you should be in more stuff. Like you're an
Right.
actor, dude. Like this is great. And he fits into these certain roles so well. I feel like he literally is just playing himself in that time of his life,
Right.
right? King of Staten Island is actually based on
Based on Pete
his
Davidson's
life.
life. Yeah.
Yeah. So and Big Time Adolescence, I feel like also Griffin Gluck is an amazing actor too, in my
Great. So,
opinion.
very underrated, I think,
I
honestly.
oh yeah, for sure. I think
Like
he's
we can put down the Mason Thames talk for a second. Let's talk about
let's talk about Griffin
Griffin
Gluck.
Glaw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I think and sometimes it's by choice, maybe I feel like he could be picky with certain things that he does and that's totally fine too. But I feel like this I feel like it should have skyrocketed him into being other things, in my opinion.
Big Time Adolescence is a movie about a young man named played by Griffin Gluck, who is well, he's obviously kind of just going through his changes of pubescence, whatever. He's actually going into high school. He's in, I think, freshman year in this movie.
Yeah.
In any case, his sister had this had this boyfriend when he was a little bit he was a little bit younger. They broke up. They actually break up a few times. We later find
Yeah.
out, but
Yeah.
in any case, the first time that they do, her little brother still wants to hang out with him
Mhm.
because she finds out he's pretty because he thinks he's really cool. So
Yeah.
it's like if God forbid, obviously you and Jose had broken up,
And Roman's still wanting to hang out with Jose.
or even me and like little Frankie were like, can we like go with you,
That kind of
and begins this friendship and
mhm.
he is just with him being his friend throughout all of his adolescence. Like
Yeah, exactly.
obviously Griffin Gluck's character learns a lot of trial and error of just the beginnings of being a young teenager in high school and kind of learning a lot of lessons just within his relationship with Pete Davidson's character.
I love the character development in this movie. I will say it's very great, and I think it one of my favorite scenes is when it's actually towards the end of the movie where there's a party going on and it's about to get like well it is actively like gonna get crashed by the police
Right.
and For those who also don't know, the start of the unravel of this friendship is when Griffin Gluck's character starts selling drugs.
Right.
Well, weed, you know,
Yeah, it's mostly
it's
weed.
mostly weed, that he's selling to other high school kids because he wants to become cool, right?
Right.
That's also another thing. Like he
Yeah.
wants to be the cool guy, get invited to all these parties, you know, just your classic trope to that.
Right.
And
It's a big lesson in
it
like
very
in
much
that
is
kind of
in that way. And obviously Pete Davidson's character is helping him supply and all these things.
right.
So one of my favorite scenes is when the party that Griffin Gluck's character is at and it's gonna get crashed by the police.
Right.
And Pete Davidson is like driving coincidentally on that same street and he sees the cops and he's like, hey, like what's going on? And they tell him, oh, like there's a party going on, there's a bunch of loud kids, like you could just move along. And he's like, they're kids, you know, like just let them be. Like, is it really that serious? Like, in a way, too, like when I was watching this now, I do obviously I'm an adult now,
right.
but I would still have the same thing. It's like they're kids.
Right. I'm like, come on,
Like they're
man. Like,
teenagers. Like, you know, if something does happen, one of them's gonna call 911, you
right?
know,
Like,
like
no one's killing anybody. Like,
exactly. But it's just like they're teenagers. Like who cares? Like, you know,
no, right?
but of course, in like certain suburb communities, it becomes a problem.
oh,
But
right.
this movie was just really great,
It's such a fun
it's a
watch.
fun watch for sure. If you're looking for something to just put on and something fun to watch, I would watch Big Time Adolescence
Yeah,
for sure.
honestly, because I mean, it really is such an enjoyable movie. I've loved it for past like few years. I still put it on sometimes, and I'm just
Mhm.
like, yeah,
Yeah, I'll
because
watch
like
it. Yeah.
it's a funny movie.
It's also yes, it is very funny. There's a lot of comedic elements in it
Oh
without
yeah,
being too, you know, overly
like
prominent.
one of my favorite scenes is because Machine Gun, for those who don't know, Machine Gun Kelly's in
Oh
this.
yeah, he is in
This
this.
just goes back to what you said earlier. I would love to see even Pete Davidson and Machine Gun Kelly do like buddy comedy stuff. I think that would be honestly hilarious. I think Machine Gun Kelly is arguably pretty funny.
In a way, yeah.
To be, he
I
is.
really
You
hate to
kind of
admit it.
hate to admit it,
He really is
but he
actually a good
is
actor too.
pretty funny. Like especially because like one of my favorite scenes is because Mo, the kid that Griffin Gluck is playing,
Mhm.
brings over this girl that he is seeing at the time,
Uh-huh.
and Machine Gun Kelly's character pulls him into the kitchen. And he goes, "Hey man, you're acting real silly right now. I hope you know that. Hanging out with a high school girl. What are you doing right now?" And he looks at him like, "You know, I'm in high school, right?" And he goes, "What? I thought you were like 23."
Which is like so weird because like why would you think this very obviously young
There's
child
no facial hair.
like has none
Like,
of that is
no ta-
23?
you put the first tattoo, or he after that scene he actually puts his first tattoo on his body,
I forgot
but
what it was. What was it
it's
again?
tongue daddy.
Oh yes, because I remember it was something that was like so bad. It was one of my favorite scenes where Griffin Gluck's character and Pete Davidson's character they're in the car, and I kind of forgot he sees his friend coincidentally.
Yeah, he sees his friend coincidentally like walking by. He comes and says what's up, and he says like, "Oh, I got a J,"
Like,
and
let's
like,
hotbox the
right, like old
car,
times,
roll up the
whatever. Yeah,
windows, and
exactly.
yeah,
And then
and
he even tries to he does try to tell him for a second like, "Hey, I got the kid. Like, come on, like
yeah.
and he's like, "Come on, don't be a pussy." Like
Which
for old time.
honestly, being that friend, what do you mean? There's a kid in the car,
Yeah,
brother. Like,
right.
I
Like
don't care if this kid is 15, 16, 17. That is still a
right. It's
child.
like, all right, well, if you said that, then let's just step outside. Like, I'm like, damn, that ain't a real
Or
smoker. Like,
how about it's like, let's go drop the kid off and we can go do what we want to do.
right?
You know what I mean? Like, is it like what an idiot?
Like,
But anyways, I understand the predicament that this poor kid was into because
yeah,
he again wanted to seem cool,
right.
wanted to like roll with it, whatever. Didn't want to be
But
like a burden.
in
And
any case, he does end up staying in the hot box, and
yeah,
he goes home fried.
like
Like,
no, like very
like
fried. Like it's very obvious. He smells
more than a
like
KFC
it.
chicken, bro. Like
Yeah,
he is
he's seeing planets that
no
haven't been discovered right
for
now.
real. He is
Yeah.
he's watching atoms move.
Yeah.
He is seeing the walls breathe.
Yeah. Oh
Like
my gosh, that is so funny. And it's funny because as someone who doesn't partake, I know that feeling too of like the
which
paranoia.
by the way, this is probably like the most like accurate part like representation of just what it is like to be high. You're just sitting there like
Yeah, and not just when you're high uncomfortably, for
right,
sure.
because like again, because he comes home
Uh-huh.
and his parents are like, "Hey, your grandparents are here." He's like, "Oh, hi, hi, hi." He's like,
They
"I'm gonna."
force
He's
him to
like,
hug him
"Yeah."
too.
And he's like, "Comes yeah," and you can tell because right when
That
he
they
hugs him,
clock it.
they smell it for a second,
Mhm.
and then he sits down, grabs the chair. It's all loud. He's moving it all weird.
Yeah,
Like
because he can't sit still because
yes, you
it
can
is.
visually tell that he is high as hell.
I promise you that is my experience every single time. I don't I don't care how old I am, how old I like will be possibly in this situation, you know. If I do partake, that is exactly how I feel every single
I'll tell you
time.
this: my kid comes home like that, I'm not gonna stop messing with him for like an hour.
Yeah, like it's so because like when you I wish they turned it into that, but I mean again, his parents are
Right,
not like that for
right,
sure. But it would have been also funny, like if his parents had a different lifestyle, different dynamic, and
right.
they clocked it, like I think it would have been funny to like poke fun with him when the
Yeah.
grandparents are there and
Oh my,
everything. Oh my gosh.
that would have
But
been a funny scene.
it would have been a way funnier scene. But in any case, this scene was probably also one of my favorites because again, it is a very accurate representation of what it's like to be uncomfortably high for
Right.
sure. And when because that's how when because this is a scene where his dad discovers he has a
Yes, because
tattoo.
he brings him up because he's like, "Can I talk to you?" And he talks to him in his room, and he's like, "You're high right now." And he, "No, no, I thought." He's like, "No, what?" He's like, yes, you are. You're with Zeke, like whatever." And I think, oh yeah, because he tells him to go take a shower,
Uh-huh.
and so that's what he does. You can see in the shower too. He is still like is not helping.
Yeah.
He
Oh
comes
yeah.
out, and his dad comes in and sees the tattoo. And he tries to cover it really fast. He's like, "No, no, what is that? Tongue, daddy? You put tongue, daddy? On it?" It's a stupid inside joke, and you put it on the outside of your body. Like,
Yeah, that is such a funny line too.
just so funny throughout this
Yeah.
entire movie.
Yeah,
Until like,
and it's hilarious because when the mom comes in and she's like, "What is going on?" And the dad's like, Tell her what you did. Tell her what you did, tongue daddy." Like, oh my god. Whoever wrote this scene cooked so
they
hard.
did because again, I do love that line of like it was just an inside joke. So why did you put it on the outside of your body?
Yeah.
So-
And I think the worst part about the tattoo, in my opinion, is that it's done so
it's
badly.
terribly.
The
The
line
line
work
work
is
is shit.
so bad. It's not even a clean like tongue daddy.
It's like
Like
a
it's literally like he was like on crystal, like doing it on him. It
like,
is
bro.
so
You can tell he was like
bad.
moving or something a lot. Like,
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it is awful. But
oh
I
my
I
god.
will have to say this movie is a very, very, very fun watch. It's on Hulu.
Yeah,
If
it's a Hulu
you
exclusive.
Yeah, it's a Hulu exclusive movie, so it's always gonna be on Hulu if
Yeah,
you have a subscription, and that's where you can always find it if you're in the mood to
yeah,
watch this. If you're in the mood to laugh, definitely watch both movies, Big Time Adolescence and Bride Wars, you
yeah.
know?
Oh yeah. Bride
But
Wars is not on anything currently. You have to find it somewhere else.
sorry. It was on Hulu for the longest
And right
time.
when you give it to me, here we are.
But yeah, I think I overall rank this movie a solid 4.
Yeah, it's a good.
Actually, I
I think you want to give it.
I really do want to give it a 5. When we
Yeah,
start talking about how funny it is,
it's
I think
it's an amazing movie.
I do want to
Even
give it a
for how
5.
short it is, it's a good movie. Like it's like
Yeah.
barely an hour and a half long. Like I
Yeah.
mean, which is how long Bride Wars was too.
Yeah.
But like when these like comedies are like this short and give you this much, they're great.
Yeah, for sure. And so I do actually will give it 5 stars.
Yay!
Yes, 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 yes. I almost want to lean towards 4.5. The only reason why I'm like very like teetering of like is that for some moments it is a little slow, you know,
Yeah,
just for a little bit.
like when
But
he gets in trouble and like is done well, like doesn't talk to Pete Davidson's character for a little bit.
mhm,
There is like parts like that. Yeah,
for sure, yeah, it is a little, it's a little slow. But I mean, some what movie isn't honestly?
right.
There's some slow parts, but I think it's a really great watch for sure.
It is.
Um,
I'm really glad you liked it.
I'm
Yeah.
glad I liked it. I got to rewatch it and get remembered how funny it
Yeah,
actually is
no,
too.
it's great.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well,
Yeah.
let's move on to our last segment, weekly hyperfixation.
Yeah.
Your turn for hyperfixation.
The new season of Invincible is out.
Yes.
and it is fantastic. I love it so far. I have yet to watch the fourth episode now because now that one's out.
Hmm.
I've yet to watch the fourth episode, but it was already so good.
What's
And
Invincible about?
so it is essentially this. It's this kid. He's about in senior year of high school, like
Hmm.
ending off like when he discovers his powers.
Oh, okay.
And it's because his dad is already this well-established superhero, been around for a while. And he comes from another planet.
Right.
So obviously he's like a different race of people. His son finally gets his powers and tries to, live up to his potential, live up to his dad's shoes. So he thinks.
Right.
Later finds out dad's not as good as he thinks and has to deal with the consequences of that, which are
Oh.
a lot.
And it's like a adult cartoon,
Yeah,
right?
it's an adult animated cartoon. There's a lot this is not for like the faint of. I mean, it is animated, I will say, but it does get pretty graphic. Like
Okay.
there's several scenes where characters get like their face beat in. Like it's a lot.
Well, I'm
Like
actually been very interested because Jose's a big fan of the show too.
yeah,
So I'm very interested of wanting to watch this show. It seems like they roll out seasons pretty quickly.
they do. They do once a year. They've kept their schedule very consistent, which I think all of us fans are very happy about because we
Hmm.
love the show.
Well, I think that should be a normalization back again. I think a little bit we're getting that
Yeah, and
slowly.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, people are kind of learning to get on schedule a bit more. One thing that a good amount of fans do get kind of mad at, kind of critique, which I don't find too much of a gripe with it because of the alternative reason of why they do it, is sometimes the animation will kind of cut short on their budget. You can kind of
Oh yeah.
tell. Some frames won't be as clear.
Mm,
Like a couple of them will be like you can tell there's like someone kind of misdrew or like whatever. Like there was like a little bit, or just the animation just wasn't as clean cut.
right.
But that's to save it for the bigger fight scenes that are there is one episode in the last season. The entire episode is a fight. So yes, that is my fixation for
Yes.
watching that.
Hmm.
And I guess as far as music goes, there is this one song called "You Woke Me Up" by I'm forgetting his name. It's honestly, if you search it on TikTok, you probably find it because he's kind of an artist from TikTok. Like the synths in this, like, what I love about modern artists or
Hmm.
just modern music in general is you have a soundboard, you're good.
Right.
You have a soundboard, you're good. You don't need to know how to play instruments.
Yeah.
You don't need a band. You don't need nothing. You have a soundboard, you're good. Like you know what I
Yeah.
mean. I've been on a lot of 80s and 70s kick lately.
Oh yeah.
Everything She Wants by Wham
Oh, I love that song.
inject it into me.
I literally love that song.
Inject it into me.
Somebody tell
I
me. Like I love
put I
that
put
song.
my coworker on it, and he could not stop playing it in his headphones. He's like, he kept begging me to play it in the song in the car when I was on aux.
Oh, it's because of my favorite part of that song, and it just tickles my brain. It's so good. It's the ones like ah 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 like it's
Like,
so
oh
good.
my! Put my coworker onto another song. I've just been replaying it. X Factor by Lauryn Hill.
Oh my god, I love that song.
He had
Like
never he had
seriously.
never heard that song before I showed it to him
Uh-huh.
because he had heard I think
The
it's
sample.
nice for what where he
It is. It's
sampled. Yeah,
nice for what for by
yeah,
Drake, and it's the sample he used in that
yeah,
song where
yeah.
it's like I keep letting you
Yeah,
back
and he also uses the back
in.
of like care for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he uses the back vocals of that, and my friend even told me he's like the only one of the main reasons why I love that song is because of him using this beat. So the
Yeah.
fact that I can now hear this, he's like, this is amazing. I'm like,
Isn't that
yes,
really, really amazing when you
like
hear a sample? Like Bryson Taylor is known for using a lot of samples.
right.
And oh my gosh, like when I like Inhale is one of the songs that is like one of my favorite
Mm,
ways that he used a sample. It's like,
inhale, exhale.
but
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh no, it's inhale.
yeah.
It is inhale.
Baby, you know I keep it
Keeping
nice
nice
and you're
and
always
always
satisfied.
satisfied.
Like, oh my gosh. Like girl groups back in the 90s, like we're really in it. Like we need that sound back, but
Mm,
I think that sound is so unique. I don't think we're gonna get it back,
I
truthfully.
don't like.
It's a sound that could not be replicated,
Like, I don't
truthfully.
it was just something in their voice. It was I really couldn't tell you, like,
Yeah, there's
Salt and
certain
Peppa, TLC, Lauryn Hill, like, Aaliyah,
yeah.
like, all of them just had this this candor with it. I don't know
Yeah,
what
I
it
don't know how to
was.
explain it. It's a certain
Like
voice that I think really you just can't replicate it.
but those have been my fixations honestly for the week. It's just quite a few of those songs that
Mhm.
just been I'm like, damn, there was because and here's my bigger. I think I might have mentioned this a few episodes ago too. Of the thing with older songs, they were still long. They were good and they were
Yeah,
long. They were like
right.
4 minutes. It's
Yeah.
great.
Like
I'm like,
X Factor by
yes.
Lauryn Hill
It's like
is literally like almost 5 minutes
and
long.
it's and it every second of it is great.
Oh, it's
Like, you know,
beautiful.
for and everything she wants is like a 4.5 minute song.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. Like
Yes.
I'm so like
It's
we need to
so
get
good.
back to making songs decently long again. Like
Mhm.
at least the really good ones.
Right. Anything else you've been hyper fixated on?
No, that actually, yeah, that about covers it for this week.
Well, my turn.
Yeah.
Let's talk about me. My weekly hyperfixations. Well, I think I tried to talk about this these past episodes, but somehow, for some reason, like it keeps getting cut out and editing, and it's so annoying. Tell Me Lies. It's an amazing show. Watch it. Watch Tell Me Lies, okay? I've finished it, been done with it for almost a month now. And I've been trying to like get everybody and their mother to watch this show because it's a book adaptation from this author. I forgot her name, but it's a it's a show based off a book, and it's about these college kids, and it's about toxicity. Just it's a toxic show within that friend group, and it's like so good. Like it's so like wow, you're invested in the first episode. I promise you. Like it doesn't take you a second to like get into it. No, like it is so
Right,
consistent
because I
throughout.
remember you telling me of like there's like no good person in this
Oh
really.
yeah, maybe
There's gray
there's
areas.
gray areas for certain people, but there's maybe only one guy that's like somewhat a little justifiable in certain things, and he's actually the fan favorite if I'm being honest.
And that's
But
probably why.
oh no, yeah, but also too like people are like, yeah, like he did these things in the beginning, but his character development made up for what he did in
Oh,
the beginning.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure. For other characters, it's more of like they are a good person initially, and then they turn really bad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it is so addicting, like truthfully so good. And it's ended, right? It's only 3 seasons. And it's it's a book adaptation, right? Book adaptations end. And I just think that this I feel like this show was a good perfect amount of a lot of things. Of course you get your unanswered questions, right?
Right.
But I feel like what you have is honestly enough for me at least. And I think it's just it's such a good show. Watch it. But I will say it's very much a adult show. It's a very steamy show. Please don't watch it with your children. Children, if you're watching this, do not watch the show, please. Right? But but
Please.
I'm 20. I'm gonna be 23. I can watch whatever I want. It is a very great show. It's on Hulu. Oh my god, it's so good. Um, Another show that I finished watching, School Spirits.
Ah, right.
So good. You guys, I did have a critique when I first talked about this, is that this show has a little bit of a Disney acting into it because Peyton List is the main character, and certain line deliveries weren't really sitting well with me. And it's also kind of like a scary show a little bit too. Like I mean, it's called School Spirits. Like it's kind of scary, but also in a very campy way
Well, yeah,
almost, if
it's
I'm
about
being real.
well, because it's about the kids who have all died there, and
Exactly.
they all and well, the paintless character doesn't know how she died.
Exactly. And that's there's a lot of plot twists that
Oh, I
go in on
bet.
this show. It is so incredible. And it's ongoing. I thought this was
Oh,
gonna
and
end.
they have it's a counselor group for kids who have died at the
Yes,
school.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the whole premise of the show essentially. And again, a lot of twists and turns, a lot of obstacles, but it's very entertaining. It is so far right now it's 3 seasons, but I believe they're doing another season. So I'm actually very excited to see the direction of the show. But I want to say I think this next season will be their last. It's on Paramount Plus if you are interested in watching it. Again,
Used to be on Netflix.
really, really good show. I love reality TV. I'm a reality TV junkie. I love it. I live for it. I don't care if it's scripted. I don't care. I still love it so much. Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is one of the reality TV shows that I have finished watching as of recently. Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is a reality TV show about Mormon wives, and them and then pushing the boundaries of the church and of their religion and
Of their marriage.
of their marriage. Oh yeah, of their marriages for sure. And I think there's 8 of them. I think there's 8 women in this group, and they got famous off of TikTok. And their group is literally called like Mom Talk. Like
Yeah.
it's a whole society that they have for sure. And there's a lot of drama obviously within that. I would say it's a little slow in the first season in my opinion, but it does get progressively obviously more crazier because obviously these women start getting a lot of opportunities. Like one of them, both of them actually were on Dancing with the Stars recently. One of them was the Bachelorette. Well, was supposed to be the Bachelorette. That's a whole other scandal that's happening right now. But it's a very good reality TV show. My only critique about it is Hulu is actually really trying to be the new face of reality TV shows. I'm noticing. Um and when you have networks that have been doing this for a long time like Bravo for example, it is not comparable.
Right.
For sure. And cuz Hulu is also one of those things, I don't know if it's in their contract, I don't know if it's just with their morals as a network, they turn the cameras off when it gets too much. Bravo does not do that. Bravo will keep the cameras rolling.
You better keep rolling.
Exactly. And I know as an audience watcher, like, of course I want drama, like, who cares if they're like down spiraling? It's part of being in the camera, right? Then don't be on the show.
Right.
That's literally how I view it. If you are really in a bad place mentally and don't want to be on TV, get out of your contract.
Right.
Hire a lawyer. Get out of it. Like,
or put a clause in there if you think that might happen.
Exactly. Like I'm sorry. Maybe that sounds insensitive to some people, but I genuinely just keep the show must go on. There's people that are depending on this. And if also you didn't want to be a part of it, then maybe you should have said that in the beginning. Like I will never really wrap my brain around that, truthfully, in my opinion. So I feel like Hulu is as a network or as a streaming service is very much like conscious of that, which is fine for them, but that's not how you keep a show going. Because my critique about this show is that we get 10 seasons. I mean, we get 10 episodes and we get them all at once, which is great, but we get them too late. Like, we follow these women on social media. Like, so much of life has happened and we haven't seen it yet. They get into a lot of scandals, of course, like throughout the time when they're on social media. And we see that unravel in real time on our timelines.
Right.
But the cameras aren't rolling.
Right.
And it's like,
where is it at?
Yeah. Right. So that's my only critique about the show. Another reality TV show I've been diving into or finished actually, Age of Attraction.
The F is that?
So, okay, listen, like I said, I'm trying to watch as many newly released shows as possible every month, okay?
Okay.
It's a Netflix reality TV show. It's called Age of Attraction, and the concept of it is it's a dating show.
Of course.
No one knows each other's ages.
Ooh.
Yeah, no one. Obviously, they're all adults.
Right.
I believe they're all like at least 21 plus. Because I mean, I would hope so. But from that point on, they don't know their ages until it's revealed. Like once they actually like make a connection and they get brought into this room and there's like promise rings like on the table and that's when they reveal their ages. And they did from that point on, they determine if it's gonna go forward or not.
I'm 57.
No, the age gap one time on this show, this man was 60. The woman was, I think, 24. And I'm just gonna have you guess. Do you think they lasted?
No.
No. But it's actually how do I explain it? It's a slow watch a little bit in the beginning. But of course, once the drama increases, because their families come and visit them, and the families get told like the age gaps and stuff.
No,
so,
yeah, no.
Yeah, it is a little. It can be a little dramatic,
Right.
But it's not something that I would be like, you guys have to watch this. It's more of like if you're looking for a reality TV show that's a little unorthodox.
Right. If you're just waiting for Love Island to come out.
Oh my God, let me. That's my next one. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Okay. Last show recommendation that I've been watching and hyperfixated on as of recently. I mean, I started watching this yesterday and I'm already almost done with it. It's 10 episodes, but hold on. It's called Love Overboard.
What? Oh
Okay.
wait, I think I've seen this. Isn't this like where top crew is like pretty cool, bottom crew is basically fending for themselves?
In a way, yes. Okay,
Yeah.
that's one of the concepts, right?
Right.
But if you are a fan of Love Island, which I've made you a little bit of a fan of, don't you like Love
It's
Island?
entertaining.
It is.
The
It's
women
a
are pretty, right?
if you like Love Island, this is Love Island on a boat. It's giving early 2000s reality TV. Like
Oh
it's
damn.
no, yeah, they definitely like
People
they show
throwing
the
pots and pans and
no,
shit.
like kind of. They show the producers like going in and comforting the cast because of things that happened. Yes, and we haven't seen that in so long.
Oh yeah, since like Kardashians.
Yes, like the producers, you can hear them like asking them questions like if they're okay or like asking them hard hitting questions like what really happened in there and like did you guys like get intimate, all these things, right?
Right.
It is so good. It's not like I understand that networks have to bleep out a lot of things, but streaming services they
They
don't really
don't.
have
They
to.
don't have to.
So there are certain things that are a little bit like too vulgar that they do kind of bleep out a little bit,
Right.
but no curse words are bleeped out,
Yeah.
and I actually like that because
I prefer it.
I
Mhm.
prefer it. I'm sorry.
I'm like, yes, let me hear you say fuck.
Like, but
Let me hear you say you were a
no,
bitch.
actually, yes, because like when the crash outs happen, I hate when I hear the bleep 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 like every
I'm like,
five
okay, I can't
seconds.
even piece together what they're saying at this point.
Like,
I'm
are we
like,
not adults watching this?
yeah, right.
Like,
I'm like, I'm just playing Mad Libs when I'm watching reality TV. What's that about?
exactly. So, but this, the one thing I do like about reality TV shows on streaming networks is that they don't do that. So,
Exactly.
this one is so good. If you are yearning for Love Island and are waiting for the season to come out this summer, this will hold you. I feel like because it's holding me. And Marcus, I think you would like this because Love Overboard essentially obviously a group of mixture of women and men. They go on this boat,
Right.
and I believe they're in Malta, wherever that is. It's
You cannot pay me to tell you.
it's a country. In the beginning, you hide behind a wall, and they raise their glass if they want to match up with the person that's behind the wall. And if you don't get a raised glass, the people who don't end up being single, obviously they don't force them to couple up like how Love Island does,
Right.
right? You guys are single, that makes you downsiders. That's what they call the people that are below deck.
Right.
So the downsiders have to of course clean, cook, do all the chores, right? While the ones that are coupled up live on the top side. They're called topsiders, above deck. So
Right.
they obviously get these suites, these like nice rooms. They live in luxury. They get obviously served by the tops, but they get served by the below deck crew and all these things, right?
Right.
So much drama happens with even in the first episode. It is so funny too because obviously you have these privileged people that come from rich family backgrounds, and of course like you have the women that don't want to cook and clean for shit, you know and it's so funny. Like it truthfully is really funny, very much like jaw dropping at moments too, where I'm like,
Right.
no way they
Oh,
even
okay.
showed this. Like
Okay.
it's really good. I actually think you would like it. I'm being so serious. And it's 10 episodes. They're about 45 minutes. I believe if I got through it with, I kid you guys not, like I'm almost done with it and it's been 12 hours. It's so addicting. It's so good. If you are a fan of these types of shows, I highly recommend Love Overboard.
Well, that is our podcast for this week, and once again, we thank you guys for, of course, tuning in, listening to us, and once again, definitely let us know if there's anything that could be more entertaining or less boring. So,
Yeah, just let us know all your feedback. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share the
sure,
podcast.
if you want,
If you want. No, share
yeah.
it. No, just kidding. Yeah. um, but it's really appreciative on our end. We also engage with a lot of people in the comments. Like in the beginning, we were like getting a few comments, which is great.
Right.
So we respond. We look at our DMs. Please
Yeah.
engage with us as much as you can and boost us on the algorithm as much as you can
Yeah.
too. So, um, with that being said,
Yeah.
we are your hosts. I'm Arianna,
I'm Marcus.
and this has been
Rated
Rated
R
R
for
for Relatives.
relatives.
Thank you for tuning in. Bye.
See you next time.